I end fantastically on a chilly day in Chicago. But I tell you, it is absolutely great here if you're trying to stay out of the streets and stay safe. Reason being, before I get started, I want to make a correction on the story that I did last night on Halloween in regards to William Groves. William Groves is the berserker who shot 15 people in Chicago at a Halloween party. I said in that video that he killed them. He did not kill them, he shot them. 15 were injured, and yes, he has 15 charges of attempted murder. And another thing that I saw as I watched my video, at one point, I no longer called him Mr. Grove. I called him Graves. His name is William Grove, not Graves. Just a correction I would like to make, okay? And speaking of Chicago, it's crazy because you have the immigrants in Chicago sleeping in the cold outside in tents on Chicago South Side looking like downtown LA. Hey, now for you black people that's out there, just from my vision or my standpoint or my thought, okay, my thought process, I have to ask you a question. Would you help those people? I wouldn't help their ass. You know why? Because if you went to their country, you would not get any help. You would get robbed. 100. Go over there to Venezuela as a tourist and see what happens. I mean, you would just have to be dressing like them and hoping that nothing happens to you while you're still dressing like a bum. They know that you don't stay there. Go to Cuba. And I want to go to Cuba, but I've heard some real crazy stories about Cuba. And they're not good for the tourists. Getting robbed. Mexico, not good. Getting robbed. The fact about it, Tijuana, Mexico, is the #1 murder capital in the world. Whew. So the next time you want to go to TJ, you think about that, okay? But getting back to Chicago, with these immigrants, I personally wouldn't help them because they kicking veterans out of homes for these people. They're taking citizens of Chicago's public housing. They're getting more than the residents, so I can't help them, okay? That's just how I feel. That's just my standpoint. Now, had the situation been different, hey, and in the condition that we're in, do we really have anything to give away to help somebody that won't help us, that didn't help us, that robbed us? I mean, every people on this planet have robbed us or are in the process of robbing us. Natural minerals, people as slaves, culture as a way of life, history as who you are or what you were. I'm just saying. Chicago, South Side, 13-year-old girl carjacking, armed carjacking. I want to say that again. Chicago, 13-year-old girl. They did not release her name in the paper because she was a minor. That is according to Fox News here in Chicago, okay? Carjacking with a 19-year-old on the South Side, right over there on 83rd Street, East 83rd. I think it was the 2900 block. And when you come to Chicago as a visitor, or if you are a resident, and residents here already know, and if you get caught with your pants slipping, you just take your chances. And I say this, or said that to say this. A young man, 19 years old, here in Chicago, and a 25-year-old woman was sitting in their car this morning around 12:30 a.m. And somebody just cut their TVs off. Just started shooting up in the car. You can't sit in your car if you're in Chicago. You cannot sit in your car that you purchased on the street of Chicago without the possibility of getting your TV cut off. Insane. It's nuts here in Chicago, and Christmas time is right around the corner. So you know that it's going to get WORS to the E. Whew. So, I want to thank you for watching this short LIVE, and we'll be back. But we're working on some material for this channel. So just be patient, but I'm still going to be putting some lives up. And there's more stories here on YouTube to do. So that I will be doing. And if you have not, when you checked out my other channel, MOPOWERZ, here on YOUTUBE, go over to that channel and view the series entitled From Babylon to Timbuktu. You got to watch that. You have to set aside some time and watch that, especially if you're trying to understand what's going on in Israel versus Hamas. Okay? Check that out. That'll answer a lot of your questions, or give you a base idea of what's going on and why, when, how it happened, where it happened, you know, and all of that good stuff. Just check it out. And by all means, before I leave, I want to make sure that you do me a favor and press that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so that you can get all of the new videos that I upload on YOUTUBE. Sorry about that tongue twister. Also, press that word all next to the bell button so that you can get the notifications, because if you don't press that all, there's a great possibility that you might not get the notifications. You can also unsubscribe and resubscribe, I guess. I mean, sometimes that's how it goes. Anyway, right? Share the information with relatives, friends, co-workers, anyone that you come into contact with. It's a magnificent way to jumpstart your conversation in regards to the wildness, the craziness, the immigrations, the shootings, the carjackings here in Chicago. If you're coming here as a tourist or a vacation or whatever you want to call it, stay off the streets. Don't sit in your car, or you might not live to see another day, okay? Remember, never ever give up on your dreams, and remember that black on black crime is a felony. Thanks for viewing. Peace out, you all.